Molly team, and welcome in for what is said to be an absolute blockbuster episode of Between Two Posts. It was a huge weekend of Super Rugby, wall to wall. We had the Wallaroos, we had the Black Ferns doing their thing. We've got Hong Kong Sevens coming up this weekend. Shoot Shields off and running alongside Hospital Cup, and to break it all down, pull it apart, sink the teeth in. Morgan Trinity's back, and Matt Burke as well, fellas. Welcome.
G'day, boys. You good?
It's been a while, actually.
It's been forever.
Yeah. Tucky was great. How good was Matty
Matt
Dunning?
Dunning, so good.
Yeah,
Fangs, Nick Phipps is good.
Yeah,
Fangs, good to have him back in. Hey, good news. I brought the two World Rugby Hall of Famers to Royal Warringah last week.
Yes.
Got them down there to take on myself and Melbourne Batman, Rafe Olsen, and we have taken them to school. He played really well, off 36 points, but Horan.
Tim let me down. Tim let me down. And it was for a box of balls, and he bought a full box, and he went to hand them to you. And I said, mate, it's a box, but it's only half. It's 6. And he goes, oh, really? So I haven't paid him yet.
Yeah, are you going to square up with him?
I'll square it up.
Why do you call him Bosher? Why is Horan's nickname Bosher on the golf course?
No, Vosher.
Oh, Vosher.
Yeah. It's probably for the other show, the later show.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Vosher, okay.
Vosher.
Well, Vosher didn't do so good at the People's Club.
BTP after the dinner party.
After dinner
They
party.
disrespected the course. That was the problem. They disrespected the course.
Mate.
Well, your partner did. He came down there. I thought he was a bit high and mighty on the People's Club.
Oh, the battler from Toowoomba. Thinks he's too good now, does he?
He hit some good shots, Timmy, to be fair. He hit some great drives. So that was
tough to win.
You carried him, sure.
Tough to win when you got blokes playing off 18 and 28. So it's like... And
you're not off 18.
Not anymore. Listen, great. That was great scenes last Thursday, and great scenes again across some of the games on the weekend, including the Reds taking down the Crusaders. We're all up there in and around that on a strange old night of Super Rugby Pacific, it must be said, because it started beautiful and then it went into a very dark direction. How do we want to get
Country
here?
round.
Oh, how good was your hat, by the way?
Yeah.
Your Stetson was a beauty.
Did you get a lot of compliments on that?
Well, backhanded compliments.
Right, okay.
I got feedback.
You got feedback?
It was
good feedback. It suited you.
I think it looked good on you.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more of them. 10 gallon
go
hats.
with me.
Who's that?
You didn't go with me.
Mate,
Not
I
with
can't
that.
Go with you. I'm not this
didn't go
thing
with
here.
He's a newsreader. You can't. You wouldn't put a newsreader in that hat, but your hat looked
country
great.
round.
It was country round. It was a fun night. As I said, it got started beautifully. Both teams threw some shots early. The Crusaders landed the first one through Leo Willie off this lovely long ball from the veteran Mick Nicol.
Well, it looked like it was going to carry on for the Reds, didn't it, from the last couple of weeks where they've leaked almost 100 points. That wide-to-wide has really hurt them. But I loved the way they fought back. They just worked out conditions. It was really tough to handle the ball, humidity, bit of moisture on the ball. Both teams struggled, but the Reds, they just started to get a bit smarter about the way they wanted to play the game, and this was good reward, Burkey.
They had a lot of possession early and weren't able to convert, and you're right, and then all of a sudden the seal breaks and the Crusaders score, and you think, wow, where's this going to go? But they held themselves well. They controlled themselves well. There was some good ball movement to start with, and then I think they started to understand the situation. This bloke was outstanding.
This was crazy try.
What about the hook shot here?
Harry Wilson playing for the Crusaders. Look, mine. Yep. Wow.
But what about the instinct of then just to chuck it over the top? What about the jet shoes of Carter Gordon?
Yeah.
Had a quick chat. Obviously, goes off in the second half. Had a quick chat to him about that knee. He thinks it was more impact, hopefully, than anything sort of twisting. He wasn't too concerned, but they're going to scan it today. Some stage he would have had a scan. But he looked quick.
He looked good. He looked quick. He was distributing well, I thought, and really controlling the play. He and Kalani Thomas, I thought, had a really good combination together on the weekend. But you're right. It went to a little down place where I reckon there was about 9 knock-ons in a row, and Gus Gardner played advantage for it, which is lucky. Well, he probably should have brought it up for a scrum. But we were talking to Filippo afterwards. He was just dripping in sweat. Is it the jerseys? Is it the nylon jerseys that come now and the sweat goes out? Because every time
we're clutching.
Every time
we are clutching.
Are you yelling at Clouds?
We are clutching.
Mate, old school.
As a code,
keep
we
it
are
inside.
You want the
clutching.
baggy cotton, do you?
The baggy.
The old cotton traders. Bring
Yeah,
them
the
back.
Reebok back, baby.
The
Classic
Reebok.
Bring back
sportswear.
the Reebok.
It was wet. They were soaked.
So 14-12, because Shea Fihaki goes in at around about the 21st minute mark. At one point, we had 26 points on the board through 21 minutes, and then the game game just falls apart entirely. So we end up with 31 total handling errors. We end up with nearly 40 combined turnovers conceded. And the question I asked in coverage, I know you guys were both doing the panel, to Timmy was, what's going on? Because the night before... Go on. You looked away from me.
No, nothing, Mr. Sleeper Cell, Mr. Volandis.
No, I was just trying to understand.
I get it.
You get my point?
Yeah.
Same conditions, same ground, but the night before, it's like exhilarating and it's rugby league and it's going off, and then we're involved for like 40 minutes straight of, well, I don't even know how to describe it. Thoughts?
Some of the staff who had done the double had said that it was not as humid at all.
All right.
But also, don't forget, every single part of rugby is a contest. Everything is a contest for possession. And so for example, the Reds have missed 41 tackles last week, and they missed 14 on the weekend. So they went, okay, we just want to get that right. We want to squeeze it. It went to contestable high balls, pressure game. It's a different style of game.
Yeah.
Apples to oranges a bit. I get it in terms of spectacle, because we have to care about our product and our spectacle.
Yes.
But the minimum was done for the Reds. They had to find a way to win. And this Reds team, I'm not really answering your question that well because I haven't got the answer apart from the fact that the conditions were slightly different.
Okay.
But what I will say is that in that kind of game, it's probably rare that the Reds have succeeded in a muscle game like that against a Crusaders team. And they've got so much improvement left in them too.
It highlights the different games, that's for sure.
Get it.
The contact, the close contact, close quarter type stuff. And again, and I know, I've been to rugby league training, that kind of stuff. It's ball handling the whole time. The forwards have to do a lot of multi-skilling to be able to get out there. And we chatted about it the other day, Morgs, I still believe I think we're asking the forwards to do too much in the ball handling role. Like, we've got 9s and 10s and 12s to do that, and we're asking 1s, 2s and 3s to be, this slick ball player at first receiver coming off a hot pass from a number 9. So is there a little bit of give there, perhaps? And as I said again, these boys were so wet from sweat.
Okay.
And it also goes squeezing out the ball, popping out. That
point goes to space. Like, they're not 10 metres back in rugby.
Yep.
You've got space to play on top of the ball and go forward and that sort of stuff with your catch. But
Okay, all right. I just thought it was very...
Yeah.
The two contrasts were very stark.
Yeah.
But see, this is what shits me the most, and I'm okay to use that term because it would have done the same for most people watching, is that we finish the game and there's no issues with the handling at the back end of the game because we explode with 3 tries inside, the final 12 or so minutes, which are awesome, beautifully taken tries.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
It opened up a bit then.
It was great.
Yeah, it opened up a bit, and sometimes that ability to play with a little bit of freedom, if that's the case. I think both teams sort of played within themselves on the weekend. Morgie spoke about it, about how the Crusaders wanted the Reds to win the game rather than sort of give it away, and the Reds had to chase. They had to go and play well. But you're right. I mean, the anomaly of a game, the anomaly of what's going through your head, and all of a sudden you're dropping ball. This is the classic. Thanks for coming. See you later.
Little Louis Worshon. He was in the mud, Morgs.
Oh, he got a second window.
He was in the mud.
He was gone at one stage.
All short steps, weren't they?
He's been excellent, I thought. I know you mentioned Kalani Thomas, Burkey. I thought he's been excellent this year. A bit of a find from Les Kiss and his crew, and I thought he made a difference when he came on, not just there.
And then, crucially, the Crusaders get that last losing bonus point, which is a big play for them because at the moment, in that 5th, 6th spot, they are jostling hard, those two teams, trying to keep some breathing room ahead of the Waratahs, who are trying to close late. Fihaki gets the last one to make it 2 on the night in the heavy conditions. But you're right, both of you are right. To give that game context, is the first time since 2011 that the Reds have beaten the Crusaders at that venue on a night where the 2011 crew were there. I love seeing those old faces cheering them on.
And that bit of history, Tim spoke to Digby before the game, which is a bit cryptic. It was great. It was great to watch. And then, the boys sitting up in the stand, great. They got their cup there. They can enjoy the experience. And as we spoke to Filippo afterwards, they know the history of what those blokes did in 2011, and they understand it, and obviously trying to replicate it. Obviously, that moment was massive in 2011, 50-odd thousand people there. But this is a start for them for this 2026 crew, you know, getting a win over the Crusaders and creating their own piece of history.
The match highlights will make for great watching. Just quickly before we bounce on, so you spoke to Carter Gordon. I wanted to give him a shout out too because post-game he's in a knee brace, obviously in some discomfort. He spent time hanging around to sign everything that was put in front of him, photos with fans and the rest of it too. So you reckon he'll be okay?
Well, he was quietly confident. So,
Okay.
you know what scans do? Scans rule players out. If you want to play this week, don't get a scan. No, you know what I mean? Like, no scan has ever
It's like
ruled.
Trump with COVID.
Yeah, no scan.
Just don't get a test.
No scan.
And you don't have COVID.
Yeah,
Drink
no
some Dettol.
scan
Was it
has
Dettol?
ever ruled a player
Bleach.
in.
Bleach.
We'll inject the bleach.
But obviously they're checking for serious, serious damage. But we'll wait with, I suppose, bated breath whether you're a Reds or Wallaroos fan to see what happens there.
Yeah, no, it was great to see him chipping in for the fans late. So Reds with a big win in the context of the season. Good on the Queensland Reds. And again, the match highlights will make for great watching if you haven't got them yet. Brumbies Highlanders. Their match highlights will go a sum total of about 1 minute 12 seconds because they were... Did you watch this? I know that you're on holiday. Did you watch
every single in-play moment of this match?
You did. Mm-hmm. And were you regretting life through large parts of it?
No, it's funny. You remember this is like a throwback Highlanders performance.
Okay.
It's a throwback performance. Remember they became that gritty. They would drag you down into the trenches almost and just try and get you tight. And with the Tavanoas and Narekis, the Raitumatawuki Nikins, they've gone away from that a little bit. There was one of those sorts of nights and under the roof. Like it was not like you're in Carisbrook anymore where conditions, Burke, that would happen to us. You would have to play that way sometimes. So it was a strange game. And once again, if you're the Brumbies, you don't care. You just needed to find a way to win. They've had a really strange season, the Brumbies. 4 from 4 against Kiwi sides, including over there, obviously. Hurricanes to come for the full set, which is tough to do. And then they've struggled against the Aussie teams at times.
Has any Aussie team... we'll get on the line again on the rest of it. Has any Aussie team ever swept every New Zealand side in a regular season, going back 30 years?
I don't reckon.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Brums early, maybe?
Maybe.
Reg season?
I'm trying to think of the 11 Reds lost to.
11
they beat
Reds?
the Crusaders twice.
Yeah. It's a good feat if it is.
That'd be amazing.
Because no one goes to Eden Park and wins. I would have thought no one has
ever swept every Kiwi side. Brumbies will have a chance to do that. They take on the Hurricanes in Super Round. Let's talk the actual few highlights that were there. Ryan Lonergan, 100 games. What a little ripper this bloke is.
Still controlling well, isn't he? You know, again, we said it earlier in the year. I don't know how he didn't get a start for the national team earlier in his career, but he's controlling it. The captaincy seems to be sitting well with him down there and taking that responsibility. And he's making some good choices, you know, like that, then seeing that there's a gap around there, firing away, giving people some space on that 9-10 role, but also just bringing the forwards into play. And you need that when you've got a busy 9, it takes a lot of pressure off that 10 sometimes and that organising role. And we've seen it through, you know, sort of, you know, the Irish do it so well, Gibson Park does it so well, and just be able to sort of control and go from there. And he's really come into his own. He's done incredibly well. And you know, when you look at that Wallaby selection, he has to be in contention there, and he kicks goals as well. That's a big threat.
Yeah, if you're going to pick Carter Gordon, then at the moment you have to find a goal kicker as well, which isn't simple because Carter's not kicking goals at the moment. And then I spoke to Tate McDermott as well quickly. He's a month away maybe, so he's still got a long way to go. That's a bit longer than everyone thought. Yeah. Early in the season we were going up there and he's like, I'm not too far away, but there's still a bit of a wait. I think he's slightly more optimistic than Les Kiss might be as well. So that's a wait and see. I think one thing that was important for this Brumbies Highlanders match was Ryan Lonergan. I think he's the best tactical kicking 9 in Australia. I think Gordon maybe has a better quality technical box kick, but in terms of choice and variation, I think Lonergan's probably the best. And for that kind of match, a couple of times a little toppy over the top, just to push the Highlanders back, turn their fast men around, kick for poles well. The box kicks were good. So I thought he was pretty much a complete performance in steering them around the park.
You seem to be the injury whisperer today, Morgan Turnood. Any word on Charlie Cale? We saw him go off early in that game, 25 in.
No, we were talking about that before.
No.
No idea.
Nothing doing?
No.
He's hoping he's okay because he is so crucial to the Brumbies' hopes. Shout out to Lukey Reimer, who was massive off the bench. I mean, as he always is. And he scores the final try in that game to seal that win. So that sets the Brumbies up, well, this rather sets the Brumbies up for a pretty decent run towards the back end of the season. My God, fellas, they'll have gone to the South Island 3 times this year before they even hit the finals.
And didn't even get to Queenstown.
Never got a shot at Q-Town. No Jack's point for the boys. So Lukey Reimer was awesome off the bench, and as you both rightly point out,
yeah, I was going to say you got to understand how to win in the grind as well. I mean that performance they put on against the Crusaders early when they just threw it round and having fun. There's sometimes when you got to roll up the sleeves and be able to win those games where you fly in, you're there for 24 hours thereabouts, and then you bail and you get out and you take the points and you move on.
Yeah. Which is not what a Matt Burke Waratahs team would do. That's what you need.
What would we do?
Burkey and Witts and Warry could negotiate with you and Mackenzie to spend a week in Queenstown. I think one week we were playing Hamilton against the Chiefs. No, Queenstown. Clearwater in Christchurch is easy.
Yes.
You're actually in Christchurch. There was a field there. We'd check in at Clearwater Christchurch. Burkey's in a robe 4 minutes after we get off the bus. I'm still carrying his bag to his room.
Don't forget the
He's
slippers.
already in front of the fireplace in the best robe you've ever seen. And then you leave, and Duncan McRae's got 4 robes in his baggage and taking them home.
he'd lift them and take them back.
Yeah, of course.
Talking about the coochie.
But mate, for some reason, I'm sure one week we were playing in the North Island. We had a week in Queenstown.
Do you know what? I reckon we did.
Yeah.
I reckon we did.
Yeah.
Couple of
That was early high performance, wasn't it?
Ferberg would be an operation, pre-high performance.
You've never seen senior players more desperate to win because we knew if we win,
yes, do it again.
we get to go back there again.
Oh,
yeah.
so good. So well done on the Brumbies, well done on the Reds, and the Force were hoping to make it a sweep for the Aussie side. Sadly came up just one spray penalty goal shot short against the Drua over there in Lautoka, which, as we know, is a graveyard for visiting teams. No frogs on the field this time round, fellas, but geez, man, no lie. The Western Force threw some shots against the Drua.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. How many points do the Drua have when you go over there? How many are you giving away? And we sort of come up with 10 to 15 type thing on that advantage. Again, how the performance that they had from a week earlier up against Queensland, and when they threw it round and they had great connection, and then again to come up against a Drua team that, again, it becomes the unpredictable, isn't it? They go from anywhere. They have a chance to have a go. And again, you just think this could have been the win that they needed to, again, jump that list and keep away from that dreaded wooden spoon type number. Out in their feet. I mean, it's a tough place to play.
This sort of match keeps you looking forward as opposed to looking behind you.
Yeah.
You're looking at that top 6. So this is an interesting one. The Drua completely dominated the first half. I hope for Simon Cron's sake that his Wi-Fi was no good and he couldn't download the game for the flight home.
Why?
Because there are 5 sliding doors moments in that second half that we'll get to, that where, if it goes a different way, they win. This is absolutely outstanding. Just in summing up the match and having time, and this was a crucial score just before half-time. The Force had just fought their way back into it. So there's a little knock-on in the previous play from Ekuasi at the back of this scrum. He scores just in that spot there, so it's a gimme conversion if he scores it. Off the back of that penalty advantage, Kunzel does a great job here with the long one to Peach. Peach, excellent with his finish. But Donaldson just misses the conversion as opposed to a gimme conversion if Ekuasi's try scored. And then it's a different story. The intercept late in the game, Curtly Beale takes the last conversion.
I don't know why.
Instead of Ben Donaldson. I couldn't work out why.
Yeah.
They didn't mention it on the coverage. And then Dono isn't quite able to knock over that long-range penalty at the end. So any of those things goes the other way. And it's 2 excellent weeks in the history of the Force, really, but definitely this season, Burkey.
Yeah, so it comes down to that 78th minute shot for Dono, who has been so good this year. Chopsticks, who lines it up from 5 in to the Fijian half. I mean, imagine how heavy your legs are. Humidity's at this stage at about 98%, and it just drifts right on him. It just catches the breeze and goes right.
The irony of that kick is he always draws the ball, and it stayed wide. And this is why I always come back to kickers wanting to hit the ball straight rather than throw a little draw on it, because when we're talking about Warringah Golf Club.
Yes, Royal Warringah.
You're Royal Warringah. You don't want to leave your putts outside, right?
No.
You want to catch
Don't
the
give
lip.
the hole away.
Don't give the hole away. So you don't give the post away, right? So you've got to hit it straight.
Well.
So disappointing for them. I don't know why Beale took that conversion.
The conversion.
Whether he just had a bit of a cramp or something.
maybe.
And then why he didn't then again maybe take the last shot as well.
Loves a
Doubled up.
long-range penalty to win at the death, Kurt.
Doesn't he?
Yes.
Knows how to get that done. They seem to have really turned the corner though, the Western Force, and they have got an awesome run home as well because it's so tough on the road through the early part of the year. They could close pretty strong. They could still close big.
Isn't it all 4 of 6 at home to finish off, something like that?
Tucky says they've got to change dressing sheds at HBF Park though, because they can't score points at home. On the road, they've been going super.
Change it up. Why not?
Tucky says just he says
what a good
Connie's
call.
got to change them up.
Just something.
Tucky knows. Tucky spent time there. That's Matt Dunning.
Yeah.
He knows the HBF Park place inside out.
Subiaco pubs have never recovered when he left.
It was a debut, Super Rugby Pacific debut for Zach Lomax as well. It's taken a while, but we finally got to see the NRL convert on the field, and here's how his day played out.
It's my honour to present my roomie Zach with his first Western Force cap. Sorry we didn't get it done, be out there today, but I think more to come. Been a pleasure rooming with you over the last couple of weeks and getting to know you. I know it's been a pretty tough little while for you, so it was great to share the feel. But one thing that I've noted in particular is how much your family and friends mean to you, and it's a bit of a shame that you weren't able to run out last week in front of them all, but I'm sure that they were all locked in watching you tonight, supporting you. Yeah, it's great for us to be all part of your first union experience. Bloody exciting to see what's to come for you, and now welcome to it. You've got Western Force number 290. Obviously spewing on the result, but boys, I just want everyone to, keep your heads up. Like, I absolutely believe in the bottom of my heart in this team, and let's put that behind us and stay tight over the next 48 hours, and let's come back into training buzzing, because we've got a job to do, and we're gonna give this competition a shake, boys. We're going back and we're gonna get the dub next week, and I love yous, and thanks again, boys.
Good take from Lomax.
Well, he's arrived. Maybe he could have taken those last shots of goal, because we know he can kick as well. The moments that came to him, they were pretty strong. It's a nice little intro, aren't they?
Little cameo, get a taste.
In.
It's more about some of the breakdown work. We know what he can do. He's going to be devastating in any open space he gets. He's going to be good in the air when they set him up for those. So the thing is like that reaction, that's the best thing he did.
Yeah.
Forget about a half break and a pass.
The body shape over the ball.
Yeah, it's just that. Just awareness of not going off your feet, head up, flat back. Someone's done good work at breakdown training.
Yeah. I think also we just don't need to put too much pressure on the bloke, you know, and say, look, enjoy your time, enjoy the learning. What about this? Whack! Like snap your leg in half, or as you said, Morgs, before, a hit pointer. You're only in a contest over there. What about? I just think about like moments in time when you make your debut, like Joey Sueli goes Twickenham, has a blinder. Zach Lomax gets Fiji in Fiji, and that like the toughest assignment you could probably come across. He would have loved to have played the week before up in Queensland when they spanked the Reds, but he got out there. He did what he needed to do. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this weekend against the Force back in Perth. Whether or not he starts the game, Timmy said the other day, he probably should get in there just to give him like that run of going. So
To start? Really?
Yeah, chuck him in there. That's what Helmet reckons.
Wow.
Whether or not that's the 80 minutes of what he needs, or is he still treading water a little bit and saying, "We'll give you some time off the bench." But either way, don't put too much pressure on him and see how he goes.
Going off George Bridges' little presentation there, he looks to be well liked in that squad, which I also really enjoy seeing. So go well if you get on this week. If you start this weekend, Zachy Lomax.
Even rooming with George Bridge, I think you said it was his roomie.
Yep.
Like, smart. Like, who's more experienced there around what he's going to need to do? Just little things like little micro conversations.
Yep.
Be interesting to know if he knows whether he's not supposed to flush in the middle of the night. Rooming with guys, travel. You haven't done much international travel. Don't turn the light on if you've got to go to the bathroom and your roomie's there. Don't put the TV on at 2
Should have put him with Campo. Should have had that. Like, should have a Campo 101 of roommates.
Yeah.
Man, it wasn't.
I'm not old enough to room with Campo.
Burke Campese. That was just. that was tough.
Just
Well,
give us a little bit more.
Two similar people, that's why.
So similar.
Mate, outstanding.
Mate,
Outstanding footballers.
I was his secretary. Like that was all I did was just take.
I was yours. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I learned from the best. All it was just taking notes for him, and this person called, that person called. They like to do this, that, and the other. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Lied on. You'd be fast asleep.
You got a 3 o'clock with.
They had a quill.
Big Fat Jones.
Don't forget that was that one. Like it was, and then right in. Yeah, you've got a 3 o'clock this, that, and the other. He's called. There's an interview there. They want to do an endorsement. This one here. I remember I said to him once, I bought a shirt. I bought a shirt in Scotland, and it was the World Cup 7. So what was that? 1993. I bought a shirt. I came back. And I said, "Hey, I bought this shirt. It was like a tartan shirt. You know, you're in that. It was like, how good's this?" There I am, old Joey's boy, tartan shirt, there, riding boots, that kind of stuff. And he goes, I said, "Mate, you should go buy one." And he goes, "You serious?" I said, "I live in Milan." And I went, "You could still go buy one."
No, senor.
Yeah, so the 101s lied on. Yeah, that's so true. It's true.
Mate, Campo.
TV went on like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'd pay for a camera in there.
I'm asleep. And you go, "Well, I'm not." And you go, "Oh, okay, Mr. Campese."
As it should be.
All right. Hurricanes Blues. Now this. The opening 40 in this game in the capital of NZ was, as the kids say, chef's kiss. It was epic. We'll circle back to the hairstyles and the haircuts a little bit later, but the Blues and Canes came out and they were just into it from minute one. Guys, this was pure stuff.
Well, you talk about top of table clash to start with, and you talk about skills, and you talk about sort of direction of how they want to play, and what we've seen so far, and the boys keep talking about it, and Cully especially. This could be the year where the Hurricanes step up, and you just look around the park there, and they've got skills and dominance all around the park, and it was great to see the level of footy more so that's being played. You talk about that game that we saw up in Queensland the other day. There was a lot of drop ball. This one was pure quality. This was catch, pass, finding space, understanding how to deliver. Tackling was on, and as it turned out, it was a really quality game. And the Hurricanes at the end dominated.
They pulled away big style. Were you surprised by how quickly they managed to go? It was like a turn of foot of a good horse. I know you love your horses, Morgs, this time of year especially, but like that when you sort of going along and then gone.
Yeah, I actually thought, that's what surprised me was that they had another gear, and the Blues, you knew the Blues had to drag them back from that speed of game. The Blues these days, they won't go toe-to-toe with the Hurricanes in that high octane. It's almost like the old days of Super Rugby, like just try and outscore. Well, it doesn't matter how many we can see, we're just going to try and outscore. Even if you can keep up with us, well, good luck to you. They just went. The Blues have been very good the last few years under Vern Cotter in just dragging teams' net back a bit. A metaphorical tug on the jersey just to slow you down a bit, make sure you do the hard stuff and have to earn that. Hurricanes just had too much firepower. So I think the Blues will get their head around that. If they get to play each other again, I think the Blues will be a little bit more street smart about how they try and play them. So I think in a sudden death game, it won't look like that. But at the moment, there's a benchmark Hurricanes, and no one's quite there at the moment.
Because you can get caught in playing those teams, Morgs, as well. You go and you think, we need to play like the Hurricanes to speak. Waratahs tried to do it at the start of the year, and they got pumped. And there's the understanding of wanting to let them play. James Slipper said it the other week when we were down in Canberra. He said, "You don't let the Hurricanes play. If they play, they're anything. So you got to be able to pull them in and pull the reins. But they just have that ability to have width and the speed and the finishing on some of the players was just phenomenal."
He might be another All Black Morgs if it ain't going to offer.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Also, remembering a new coach coming in means a fresh set of eyes on selection as well. So if you haven't played, if you're on the periphery, if you're a proctor who is just so important for them, who got a sniff and perhaps hasn't always been trusted at test level, you've got to be re-energised. One, because you're playing in a great team, but two, you're thinking all bets are off. Dave Rennie might like me. It's really different. Finny, I don't know if I think he's going to be there. I think Harkin has been freed up as well. That's helped him as well. They've got every player on their list in form.
Good God, Roy Guard's playing well. A little side note to what they're doing at the moment, the Canes fellas, as Harkin goes over. Their coach, Clark Laidlaw, very good with the New Zealand Sevens outfit. He's modelling a lot of what they're doing on France. on the test side. So he's been trying to not copy what they do, but has seen them as a blueprint. And you know what? When you look at it across the first 9 rounds, kind of identical, really, isn't it?
It helps when you've got Roigard as your 9.
Agreed.
Like, not a lot of teams can go, well, see what they do with DuPont. Can you do that, please, mate? But that helps.
Yes.
Like, your top 2 9s in the world, those two.
Cool, though.
Yeah, brilliant. And a great style of play.
Yeah.
Good to watch.
They are a must-watch at the moment. They're a top ticket. And their big, rivals, their closest rivals in terms of favouritism for the title, the Chiefs, who went around against Moana Pasifika, as expected. Plenty of points scored in the sunshine. A midday Aussie time kick-off in the Rotorua. And it brought some epic tries. It was just a fun watch, a great midday watch here in Australia.
Well, we were talking about the other day about that midday footy or that day footy is just so much fun. And again, you know, the ability of this team to create space is unprecedented. Well, maybe you could sort of put it on par with the Hurricanes. In the last couple of weeks, after that game against the Force, where they, again, we talk about the games where you just got to get it done. They weren't great over there. They were, I suppose, brought down a little bit by the Force and their performance. They scragged away. The last couple of weeks, they've been flying.
Yeah, Taumofala was good. More minutes again. Like we know, it would have been tough for Moana to play against him. But in that Chiefs system, you know, he's excelling. Quintupai, probably up until this point, is the most informed, best player in the competition. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. We saw with a couple of tries his finishing ability, including ability to play wide as an edge player, but, you know, physical dominance in the midfield with and without the ball, carries, decision-making, and combination with Damien McKenzie, Burkey.
Awareness is such a... Well, I mean, if you can get that into a player, it just goes to such a pro for the team, so to speak, as in, you know, you're understanding where to be and where to go. And if you just got those players who've got the nous to be able to do it and do it well and control the team and go from there, understanding when you need to hit up, when you need to go forward, when you need to tick one down the field, and they've got a couple of those ball players. But you're right. But on top of that is the physicality. The physicality that he shows in games. As a 12, as an opposite 10 trying to tackle him, you'd be going, mate, let's play man on defence. Like, I do not want to tackle this bloke.
Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year, just give it to him now, Quintupai. He'd be pretty far ahead, wouldn't he, though?
Early crow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hang on, though. He has
10
been...
coming up to.
Hoops reckons he's form player in the comp. Heard him mention that with you the other night. Didn't he say that to you guys on the post-game broadcast? You probably already got your way back.
I was doing interviews.
Had the young had the young blokes on the way back.
Correct.
He did. He's been killing it. And that's the little segue I was teeing up to get us into our Posties, fellas, from the weekend. I'm interested to get your thoughts on our Posties from the weekend gone, because there's plenty of good contenders across the Brumbies and the Reds and the Force too. Who have we got as our one-pointers?
You want to go one?
Yeah, I'll go, OK. Yeah, mine's from the Drua game. I thought Jeremy Williams had his best game of the season. All but winning over there. I thought it was a quality performance from the Force. They'll rue the result, but being one action away from winning over there is nothing to sort of dismiss. And I thought he led well with the way he played the game with and without the ball. Set-piece pressure. He's quite composed in the way he led his team around the park. I thought it was good. He was noticeable. I'm
going to go Ryan Lonergan for my one-pointer, and just because... as we spoke about it earlier, the understanding of what to do at 9 and in those grinding type games. And a lot of the times in those games, you look for someone to take you forward. And he's got that role going well at the moment.
1 point, Lonergan, me too. Well done for all those reasons. It's true. 100%. And game 100. Game 100.
You love a milestone point, don't you?
Well, I love when guys
You do get
deliver in
swept
milestone
up in the
games.
story,
And I
don't
feel
you?
like
Yes.
milestone games might be the theme of today's Posties.
Yes.
Who's your two-pointer?
2 points, Rob Valentini from that same match. I thought top tackler and top carrier for the Brumbies in what we've already discussed being an arm wrestle match. I thought he was influential.
I'm going to go Kalani Thomas. I thought he played really well on the weekend. You know, watching from the sideline, catching him, setting up that play when he went dummy straight through, just before the Carter Gordon injury. I thought he came on and played really well. And again, we talk about Louis Worsham. There's pressure on him at the moment. I thought he was able to deliver well.
I have gone with another Queensland Red. It's not Kalani Thomas. It's his outside centre, Josh Fluke. He was so good the other night. Up against Lester Fainga'anuku, one of the form centres in the competition, handled that issue and was sharp in attack. Geez, he's a wily centre, and he's off to Benetton Treviso next year. That's just been announced as well. So, bravissimo.
So he won't be buying a tartan shirt either, will he?
No, he won't be buying tartan shirts. Well played.
No, it was, I thought,
Remember the old Benetton stripes? Did you get one of those ones?
Yeah.
White, green or
United
blue.
Colours of Benetton.
United Colours of Benetton.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I had a great little jacket, one of those, and lent it to Matt Rogers in Paris. Still haven't seen it.
Oh, is that right?
When we both were the same size.
Sure.
Probably not the same anymore. Anyway, I digress. 3 points?
Yes.
That we're at. I thought Hunter Paisami and Fluke outpointed Havili and Dangudu. That was big. That was very, very good. 3 points, the milestone man.
Yeah.
Filippo Dangudu.
Yeah.
Tim Horan's favourite Argentinian player, Felipe Dangudu. Timmy. I thought he was brilliant. Topped the tackle count for the Reds, playing on the wing. Turnover at breakdown. Great carries. A player of the round for the Australian teams easily for mine.
Did you see what Lucan said after the game?
Yeah, 100 games now, Filippo. Who would have thought? I think he's played more games than he knows English words, so...
He's thrown him out there, thrown him under the bus. It was like, well done. But we spoke to him afterwards.
The renowned thespian Lucan Salakai Loco. That's good from you, Lucan.
The great orator, Lucan Salakai.
We could be nearly on the jackpot here, maybe. Filippo Dangudu.
We're on the jack.
Yeah.
We were never not going to be on the jack.
It was outstanding. He was the everywhere man, and he wore 14. He can wear 12 and 13. He could wear 7.
They're talking about that.
Easily. And we've seen that South African sort of model now where they're going 12 and 7. And we saw Whainganuku go in at 8 at the last play of the game, picked up and ran and made about 20 metres. He could easily be that old school Roddy McQueen Foracks.
If you say, okay.
Forward, back combination.
Foracks.
That was the old days.
What? Just pull that apart a little bit more.
Yes.
How do you spell so a Foracks is another term.
Foracks.
X, or not ACKS.
Oh, you could go ACK. Well, I'm just trying to shorten that up.
So Foracks is a common, like a hybrid player, which we're also great fans of.
This was Roddy McQueen back in 1999.
He coined the term Foracks. Did you guys use that term?
There was the forwards and backs, the Foracks.
The Foracks.
Yes.
Are you going to try and bring it back to life?
No, I'm not. But he could play in the forwards and still have a number of 9 to 15 on his back.
What about that tackle he makes in the second half and he runs from his own wing, he runs 40 metres infield, slots a bloke and then runs straight back out again? It's like, what are you doing, Leafo?
Just
He just wants to be a part of it,
just for fun.
Yeah, that's what I like
awesome.
too. There's a couple of things like you see him play, you go, oh, geez, he was good. Then you look at the detail and the data behind it, his involvement, the quality of them.
Yeah.
Then also you see that. You see his intent to be involved, but then his situational awareness. If they get turned over and he's in the middle of the park, he is on his bike out to the wing to cover.
Yeah.
He's super fit. He's fast. He's mate, pick him.
He's strong too.
Yeah.
He's another one who's very well liked inside the squad, even by his former teammates. Hoops was glowing in his praise for him in his 100th. Fellas, a look now at our Super Rugby ladder. Just a quick look at where we sit through 9 rounds. We are past the halfway point well and truly now. So to Canes, who are well and truly out in front. The Chiefs go back in front of the Blues. The Brumbies hang on a 4th spot and give themselves a late season shot to sneak up into that top 2 Posty. Big win, the Reds. Crusaders and now the Highlanders go ahead of the Tars through the losing bonus point on the weekend. And as we said, the Force can still cause some issues late in the season with those run of home games. Fellas, our BTP MVP is one this week, which is tinged with sadness, but we just wanted to shout out Cameron Suafoa and the Blues. So the Blues, ahead of their big game against the Hurricanes, gave their team the option of either dyeing their hair, peroxiding their hair, or shaving their heads for that match in Wellington, in solidarity with Cameron Suafoa, who tragically has been given a terminal cancer diagnosis. He's absolutely adored inside the Blues setup. So we just want to give our BTP MVP this week to these guys for looking after their dear big fella, Cameron Suafoa.
What more can you say? It's one of the great things around a team environment, whatever the sport is, forget rugby, being part of a team and a community and a group, and they're going to be around him as much as they can. But I think all our love and thoughts from everyone in Australian rugby goes out to him and his family.
Yep, so thinking of him, thinking of the Blues, thinking of you and the family, Cam, and you are our BTP MVP this week alongside your teammates. Fellas, a look around the grounds. So Hospital Cup's been up and running. There's been some epic games up there in Brisbane. Shoot Shield is well and truly off and running now, Morgs as well. Big upset at Milner.
Got to give a massive shout out to your humble Woodies, Burkey.
Big upset at Milner.
Tough off season, and the last 8 minutes, they never looked like winning this game ever for 80 plus minutes, and then after the bell they win it deservedly. It hurt me being a Wicks man, but got to be pretty happy for Eastwood, Griffo, the new coach and all that. They needed that group and that club.
Well, there was a kick from the sideline that shaved the upright, that got them to that sort of that point where they could get around there again. Look, it's great to have club footy going around again. There was a Hospital Cup playing in Brisbane the other day. Switched it on in the afternoon and watching a few games there. The women are going at the moment through their Shoot Shield and Hospital Cup. I saw one of the greatest.
Did you see Liz Partu?
Oh, the greatest shot ever. We'll get that up there.
She has just.
There was a little scuffle at the ruck.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw the clip.
Oh, you saw it?
Oh, you saw the clip.
Someone sent it to me on WhatsApp.
A few minutes later.
Yeah.
So it should have.
Yeah, it's like...
That's a good shot.
Don't get on Liz's bad side. So we're well and truly up and running.
The Rats?
Yeah, they gave it to Uni.
Yeah,
they gave it to Uni.
Good,
Rats.
I thought Two Blues too.
Yes.
I watched a bit of that game.
Went close against.
That was good against Gordon.
Against Gordon, sorry.
Yeah,
They
very,
got up
very
against
good.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Yes.
East beat North. East beat North.
East. Yeah, North.
But yeah, that was good from the Two Blues. Good start.
Fellas, it was such a jam-packed weekend of rugby on Stan Sport. Finishing off with a little bit of Wallaroos action over there in Sacramento. The game gets delayed by 75 minutes between the Wallaroos and Canada, the world number 2 side, last year's silver medalists at the World Cup. The storm that hits them, Burkey, and then they run out in it's that deep.
Yeah.
It's that deep.
It was lucky it was a synthetic track.
Well, no, it wasn't synthetic.
I'm sure it was.
No.
Had to be synthetic.
No.
Mate, the ball was... Are you sure?
I'll bet you around at Barnbougle.
The green
that
was...
It's normal.
The green was...
Flights included.
Okay.
That's confidence.
It is confidence.
But that's what's bizarre. So one, it's the perfect field if you're 10 years old and it's Friday night.
Yes.
And you just want to go sliding along at rugby with your mates.
Yeah.
Not for a test match, but it was the ball still bounced hard and high. It was all surface water. So it didn't go to mud the deck. So I understand why you think it. So just massive skid. It just pooled everywhere around it.
We got some... we were down watching the girls next gen the other day, and there was a few text messages going back and forth. The coach's box was on the roof of the stadium. It was a tent, and the tent blew away. He said it was just a debacle. He said it was the way it was handled could have been done.
What, in Sacramento?
In Sacramento. He said it was all...
The tent was on top of the stand for Needsy and the crew?
See you later.
Didn't the local police say no crowds allowed?
Yes, dangerous? That also happened. I tell you what, they dug in though. The girls defended really well for large chunks against a team that absolutely blew them out in the World Cup last year and in Brisbane last year as well in the lead-up, Morgs. At Suncorp, they played the game. They defended so well. Piper Dutt landed one of the shots of the year on the way through. Can you take anything out of that game? It was just the conditions were so bad.
Look, I reckon it's a big missed opportunity. This is an excellent candidate. That's the big shot from Piper Duck. It's a great whack, bang. They had perfect technique too, good dip, good wrap, perfect shot. Good to see her come off the bench and make some inroads. Oh, look, I think they missed a trick early in changing their tactics. The Wallaroos went out there and tried to play multi-phase rugby early. Like Sammy Wood, outstanding kicker of the ball. They should have waited till 8 to 10 phases when it was going nowhere in the middle of the park to kick. They should have gone contestable kick, ball on the ground, try and dominate territory. They almost did it with their running. They needed to bring Fredericks and Stewart in and around the ruck a bit more. So I actually think they missed the trick tactically when the weather came. That looked like they tried to just play the game plan they've been preparing for in camp off the back of playing Fiji because the weather suits the Wallaroos. No one used their forwards more in the knockout matches and the last pool matches of the World Cup than the Wallaroos. They didn't use their backs much in the big games. Canada want offload, pace in the game, width. And funnily enough, Canada, with their great scrum dominance, absolutely tore the Wallaroos scrum apart, and territory and then maul and close quarters carries, they adapted better. So it was a little missed opportunity. They'll get a lot out of it. Go to Kansas City to play the USA next week.
City.
Too, but
Anytown, USA.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's almost like a try a quarter to Canada just off the back of occupying territory and doing this a few times, putting the Wallaroos under pressure with their carries. Wallaroos gave away penalties under fatigue, under pressure. So for Canada, they just showed another string to their bow in that they can play that way. Wallaroos forward pack toughed it out, but their set-piece execution let them down.
Next up, they take on the USA, as you say, a side that they played out an absolute thriller with at the World Cup in their last match-up against one another, and I'm looking forward to those two going at it, because they'll be going after Lev Kelter as well after that. Remember that little drama in Canberra last year, and there's still some bad blood there. And finally, on the international game for the women, 77,000, hello, if you don't mind, on hand to watch the World Cup winners.
That's AstroTurf, isn't it?
England take on the Irish. Too good, as you'd expect. Kildan these women are just they're next level. That woman, in particular, the best player in the world, is just extraordinary. So it is flying in the Northern Hemisphere, and
if you build it, they will come.
If you build it, they'll come. Good on you, ladies.
Everyone loves winners. Everyone loves the way they play. And great weather. It's a great day out. It is high quality when England play. No matter what context the match it is, they're just that good.
It's the speed of play, isn't it? I look at how they can assess where space is and get the ball to where that area is. And you're right, it's a good watch.
No jersey issues there, no nylon jersey issues there. They're very good. Finally, before we go...
You want to leave the final? Can I throw one in?
Go.
Tomorrow, don't forget, Tuesday, 2 p.m, Coogee Oval. Eddie's Japan 23s versus the Battlers from Randwick. If you need a midweek fix
Colts
of rugby.
team or first grade?
It's a mix, because they're under 23s. Lots of Colts and a few through the grades.
They'll be hard to beat.
Oh, yeah. They went close to the Aussie 20s in Coffs Harbour on Saturday. Eddie was in fine form. Eddie was sidelined for a couple of the games, just getting the blood up a bit, as he's wont to do. But Chris Whittaker's Aussie 20's too strong.
Yep.
But it was a much improved Japan 23s, and there's a couple there. Eddie spoke at the Coffs Coast Festival of Rugby lunch on Friday. He wants to find one or two bolters for his World Cup, so there might be some quality to watch.
Awesome. So that's Randwick, Coogee Oval, Tuesday afternoon, v Japan under 23s.
Live on platform.
And on stand as well. Yep. There'll be a little crowd down there. School holidays could be good. And it's going to be sunny. Conditions going to be great. And let's hope it's sunny in Armidale this weekend as well for the Armidale Schools massive gala they have every year. They've got under 10s, under 12s, 14s, 16s, 7s are on hand as well. So that's schools from all around the state coming together to go out at Armidale.
It's a rite of passage. Like every
big
kid
carnival,
tries to get up to that. Big.
Oh, go well. To all the young boys or the young girls going at it this weekend or in Armidale, he's hoping that you go well and you've got the best wishes of the BTP crew. Fellas, that is a wrap. Well done. So you'll be...
Double.
We've got a big weekend coming.
Friday,
There's
Saturday.
3 games this weekend. Are you hosting or is Atco sneaking back in?
Friday night, I'm lending a hand. Atco's there, and then we're down in Canberra.
We'll do Canberra together.
Yep.
And then Swanee will bring us home from Perth for that Force Crusaders game. Good episode. Good to have you back, Morgs. We love having you here. We've missed you. Burkey, always a very, very good addition. All right, that's a wrap. We'll see you same time, same place next week's next hit of Between Two Posts.